Oh my Toronto gosh, it's snowing. It's snowing. That can only mean one thing. A last minute special edition of Ryan Speaks Geek with the Star Wars toys he had to hand and nothing more organised than that, because I'm still sorting things out. I'm always sorting things out. So I know what you're thinking. There's several questions that are always asked of geeks. Do you really need to be taking toys out into the snow? Aren't you a bit old for this? How did you get into my house? All these things are just asked all the time. So let's put some of those to bed another time. So here we are. It's snowing. It's an English snow. Now that means it's not Scotland where it settles and it's 3 meters deep. It's actually about 10 centimeters, but we get excited and the trains stop working. So that's it. Let's dive into what we got out here. See, let's have a look. So as you noticed, a little in joke there at the beginning. Toronto gosh, the sound of, that's it. Some AT-AT walkers in the snow, and there's a little scout walker behind there. This is a great toy. These are mine from when I was a kid. It's the original one. Some little figures on the inside there. Say hello, guys. If they talked, that'd be weird. Could probably take that to Most Haunted. And it's great. To be fair, that's one of those vehicles that's just awesome. It looks great in the snow. Look at that. It still sounds new. And the little scout walker, I only seen for about 2 seconds next to my giant footprints because I have massive feet. But let's have a look at this guy here. Fantastic vehicle. Even has special features where it can walk. Mine doesn't, but it's a great vehicle. It's just great to be outside, getting some fresh air, because nerds, we love being outside. That's the important thing to know. So I'm wrapped up nice and warm, just because my wife, yes, I have a wife, said, wrap up warm, be safe and all that. And you might think, oh, what if Luke isn't sure about where to go when he's on Hoth after he escapes the Wampa, which I was annoyed I couldn't find. Well, he speaks to his old pal, Ben Kenobi, the spirit of Ben Kenobi. Ben, help me. And all he says is, Luke, go to the Dagobah system. And that's not very helpful, really. If you're freezing to death, that's probably the last thing you want to hear, is that you've got to go somewhere else. Obviously, you've got to go somewhere else because you're going to die if you stay there. That's not knowledge. So what else have we got? Little table of set up here. Okay, right, let's just put that in the little clamp here. What have we got? This is what's called the Imperial Attack Base, which makes no sense because the Imperials weren't even on Hoth to begin with. But here we are, Imperial Hoth Base. It's a great play set. Again, it's an old school one, very old school. One of the classic ones from the original series of figures. You notice I haven't got many figures on it. That's because, again, I couldn't find them. I have them, they're just somewhere else. It's a great set. I'm at an angle, so if I start talking like this, maybe if I sit down that angle, that works. Anyway, it's great with features, some buttons, some things happen. This whole bit of wall falls down, as you can't see, because I've positioned this really well. Filming is key about this, hence why I filmed it at an angle. It's much more artsy, and that's how we get awards. That makes that fall down. Probably didn't even see that, did you? Because my arm was in the way. But that's what it did. It is a great set, to be fair, and I will go through it in more detail at some point. What figures have we got? We have got a very painted up snowtrooper. We've got a range trooper, a modern one. This is from Solo, Star Wars story, but it was on a snowy planet, so I think that counts enough to be out in the snow. We've got another vintage snowtrooper with a hole in the middle. That was something I did when I was a kid for some reason. And maybe I'm Sid from Toy Story, I don't know actually. That's a horrible realisation, isn't it? So anyway, you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, and sorry, I've also got one rebel. Rebel on his own. So you're probably thinking, oh, okay, what could you do in the snow with these? The answer is lose them, because they're white and the snow's white. So there's that. That's one thing you can do with your Star Wars figures in the snow. Or if you're like me, you can lose all your Z-Bots in a beach in Lanzarote somewhere. Not traumatised from that when I was a kid at all. What else do we have? We have a probe droid. This is very cool. I have got the original one, which was called Probot, upstairs somewhere. This is great. If you shoot it, the head pops off like that, and probably broke that, but not supposed to do that. So there that is. What else have we got that's Hoth related here? Well, I know what people are thinking. With Luke Skywalker, you've seen him as a Jedi, you've seen him in X-Wing gear, but What else can you see him in? How about his pants? Fantastic, let's make it. It's done. They've done it, they've created Luke in his pants. This is Luke in the back tank. It is a randomly weird figure. It's designed to be filled with water, so I have. I mean, it's cool for a display piece, you know, for if you're doing a playset, but it has this feature. So I'm just going to do this right by the camera. Just to, don't drink it back though, because it tastes like shit. Just tastes like plastic water, which nobody wants. They didn't sell that at Coca-Cola. Do you know what? I'm going to blow your minds now. Oh, it's the right way up. What's he done? Again, it's a weirdly good figure in some ways because it's accurate. You can take him out of the harness and just have Luke in his pants with a bit of a bruise, which, you know, yay, that's one to tick off the old list. Next to him is a vintage FX7 droid. He's the droid scene in the background, so naturally he's got a figure. The only thing else I brought out is actually the most special thing I own in regards to all the Hoth stuff. It's actually a Tauntaun. Now, you're thinking, oh, vintage Tauntaun, new Tauntaun? No, custom Tauntaun, made by my mother. So this is my Tauntaun. When I was a kid and didn't have a Tauntaun, they were giving out Beanie Babies at McDonald's, like cheapy ones, you know, with the Happy Meals. And my mum very carefully took the front legs off of this Tauntaun, this camel, stitched them onto the as is, and this has been my main Tauntaun ever since. And you know what? It's awesome. I love it. It's made with love. It is great, and it can actually hold a figure. So, you know, not many people can say they've got a custom Tauntaun. I mean, with the colours of it, I couldn't lie and say it was like a sand Tauntaun, but it's awesome. My mum, Linda Gasrell, made this for me. I treasure it deeply. It's one of my favourite Star Wars items, and this is the first time ever it's been out in the snow. So there's that, which I know a lot of you thinking like, oh, that's information we needed to store. So you are welcome. So that's it for this video, I think. Mainly because two reasons actually, I'd say. One, I'm really cold, and two, I didn't bring anything else out with me. So we will wrap up for today, but like, share, subscribe, and at some point I will do some videos properly with an intro, some thought put in, and I'll actually maybe design somewhere in my flat to actually do some proper videos. But until then, you know, I don't know, stay chill out, cold joke, like and subscribe. I'm going to do that old person. How do you turn this thing off, Margaret?